Сейчас узнаем. Если появится мой Джон Шепард 35 уровня, тогда да. Биовари. Есть мой 35-й. Это мои старые сейвы, наверное. 54-й это тот, который я сделал. И 60-й это тот, который я когда-то скачал. А я проверял для спидрана было некоторые вещи. Я качал был отдельный сейф и проверял. Да, все правильно. Name Джон Шепард, ранг 35. Specialization Renegade. Статус Rex Survived. Action Хайдан. Console History Saved. Все правильно. Electronic Art Presents. Сейчас будут немного минусуши, потому что настройки звука появятся уже в игре. Так что ожидайте такого поворота. Могут быть минусуши, я помню. Призрак.
Shepard did everything right. More than we could have hoped for.
Commander Shepard uncovered the truth.
And still it's not enough.
S-эффект.
No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack.
But they're sending him to fight Geth. Geth. We both know they're not the real threat. The Reapers are still out there.
And it's up to us to stop them.
The Council will never trust Cerberus. They'll never accept our help, even after everything humanity has accomplished. But Shepard, they'll follow him. He's a hero, a bloody icon. But he's just one man. If we lose Shepard, humanity might well follow.
Then see to it that we don't lose him.
Illusive Man. Клевый чувак. Через месяц после атаки на Цитадель. По сути. Тупо через месяц. То есть вообще времени не прошло. Они уже... риперов не существует. Что такое риперы? Ме. Норманди. СР-1.
Disengaging FTL drives. Emission sinks active. Board is green. We are running silent.
We're wasting our time. 4 days searching up and down this sector, and we haven't found any sign of Geth activity.
3 ships went missing here in the past month. Something happened to them.
My money's on slavers. The Terminus system is crawling with them.
Picking up something on the long-range scanner. Unidentified vessel. Looks like a cruiser.
Doesn't match any known signatures.
Да, его можно будет найти.
Cruiser is changing course. Now on intercept trajectory.
Can't be. Stealth systems are engaged. There's no way a Geth ship could possibly...
It's not the Geth. Brace for evasive maneuvers!
Взём. Это самое клевое. Ты сидишь, слушаешь охуенный ambient и... Prop dropped. Prop dropped. Prop dropped. Iridium. Prop dropped. Смотрите, кто к нам колеса катит.
Shepard!
Лиара.
Distress beacon is ready for launch.
Will the Alliance get here in time?
The Alliance won't abandon us. We just need to hold on. Get everyone onto the escape shuttle.
Joker's still in the cockpit. He won't evacuate. I'm not leaving either.
Потому что мы ее романсили.
Get to the damn shuttle. I'll haul Joker's crippled ass out of here.
Shepard!
Get the hell out of here.
Everybody in!
Насколько я помню, тут сюда подходит тот, с кем ты романсил. А если ни с кем не романсил, то приходит Алекс, типа, или Кайден, в зависимости от того, кто выжил. А если ты не выбирал еще, кто вышел, то просто приходит Алекс. Я Тали один раз романсил. Это очень трудно. Особенно во время ее loyalty mission, это вообще жесть. Конечно, в Аслан. И на Нептун тоже. Вдруг там не посидит. Секундочку. Я проверю некоторые вещи. Так, звук стоят мои настройки стандартные. Так, геймплей все правильно. Графикс. Отлично. День мая, день мая. А в первой части это была отдельная миссия на Луну слетать. Я так и не нашел русского флага, фу, американского флага. Зато русский спутник я нашел. Так что вот вам показатель. Американского флага на Луне не было. Никто на Луну не летал. Я опять кадры теряю. Какого хрена? Я потерял очень много кадров сейчас. Чертов интернет.
Come on, Joker. We have to get out of here.
No, I won't abandon the Normandy. I can still save her.
Она где-то.
The Normandy's dead. Just like us, we don't get the hell out of here.
No, we just have to... Oh no. They're coming around for another attack.
Джокер, садись в чертов... чертову капсулу и дрить ее в корень. Ну что стоило Шепарду сразу залететь в капсулу? Ну, лифты, да, это забавная вещь, когда они общаются друг с другом. F Шепарду, пацаны, весь час. F. Шепард умер. У меня так Шепард умер, да. Ну как, смерть-то настоящая, его восстановили просто из говна и палок. И грустная песня. Mass Effect 2. О, Генезис запустился.
Just another routine mission. Why do they always say that before a mission? Of course it's routine. You haven't done anything yet. It's everything that happens along the way. The choices you make, the paths you choose, that turn the routine.
Увидишь, когда доберемся до
Anything but. Of course, that's how it started. A routine mission. Answering a distress call. And look where that got me. We were testing out the Normandy, Captain Anderson's new ship, when the distress call came in. An Alliance patrol on Eden Prime had been attacked. They'd seen something they couldn't explain. And whatever it was massive. I hit the ground with my lieutenant, Caden Olenko. A good kid, loyal, by the book.
Ну,
With a
второй
talent
части
for biotics. We came across the lone
она вроде бы
survivor
скажет
of
что-то
the
типа,
Trilogy,
что
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams.
то, что было, то было, мы давно не виделись, ты все еще для меня был мертв и так дальше.
Ready to take on whatever
Так что
came
вторая
her
часть
way.
хорошая риса для
Ashley joined
романсов.
up with us and took us to the spot where she lost her squad. That's when we saw it.
Но Лиару во второй части же нельзя в команду
Like nothing
засунуть.
I'd ever seen. It was massive, scorching the colony and everything around it as it blasted away. We followed the path of destruction to an artifact, a beacon left by a long-dead race called the Protheans.
Нет, Слим, у меня,
The
скорее
colony
всего,
had dug
будет
it up,
новая
and whoever
любовь.
attacked them had tried to
Как
take
всегда и
it.
происходит.
Chief Williams made the mistake of getting too close. It hit her with some type of energy. I grabbed her and threw her out of the way. That's when it hit me. Hard. Every muscle in my body went rigid. I couldn't move. Could barely breathe. Everything went black. And then I saw something. A vision. Dream. Nightmare.
Гарус, конечно, клевый, но я буду романтить Джек.
By the time I woke up, we were halfway to the Citadel
Потому что
on our way
Джек
to
это
meet the
Джек.
council. I was expected to explain what I'd seen.
Мне нравятся
Anderson came
такие
along.
бабы.
So did Adina, our political representative on the Citadel. With those two heavyweights, it seemed reasonable we could persuade the council that the ship we'd seen was a potential threat, as was the individual behind the attacks. The main suspect for the Eden Prime massacre was a Turian Spectre named Saren. He'd been seen by one of the survivors from the colony at Eden Prime, and there was some evidence to suggest that the ship was connected to Saren. But even Adina's pointed accusations weren't enough to convince the council. They just couldn't believe one of their chosen elite Spectres could be guilty of something like that. They needed proof. Which
Ее
meant
слишком
I
сложно
needed
романтить,
proof.
Слим.
Fortunately, I wasn't alone in my search. Garrus, another Turian, wanted to help. A top
Garrus
agent
это
for
бро.
Citadel security. Despite orders from his superiors that he shouldn't get involved, he told me he was suspicious of Saren, and he had some useful leads. More importantly, he was willing to share them. That led me to Rex, the biggest, nastiest looking Krogan bounty hunter I'd ever seen. He turned out to be more than just a brute. It was his intel that led to a fugitive with incriminating evidence on Saren. The fugitive turned out to be an energetic little Quarian named Tally. A tech expert with a knack for hacking, she'd procured some information on
А я
Saren.
знаю. В
Evidence
третьей
that
части, когда ты
proved
придешь в
Saren was
комплекс с
dirty.
детьми, она тебя встретит ударом по ебалу и
Tally's
скажет, блядь, где
evidence
ты
proved that
пропал,
Saren was
сволочь.
responsible
И
for the
поцелует.
massacre on Eden Prime,
Это прекрасный
and that the
момент.
immense warship we'd spotted was in fact Saren's flagship. But it went much further. Saren was trying to find a way to bring back a race of sentient machines from dark space. Machines allegedly responsible for cleansing the galaxy of all organic life. These Reapers were blamed for wiping out all life 50,000 years ago, including the Protheans, then disappearing back
Но
through the
Джек мне
mass relays
нравится.
to dark space, leaving no trace they'd ever been. That explained why Saren was after the beacon.
Если
and it
выбирать
made some
вайфу из
sense
Mass
out of my
Effect, то для
visions,
меня это Джек.
but not much
Несмотря на
else.
Тали, Лиару и
We
прочее.
couldn't convince the council that the Reapers were a threat, but they agreed Saren had to be stopped.
А Миранду
They
надо
stripped him of his
убить.
Spectre status and gave me the honor of becoming the first human Spectre. My first task? Bring down Saren. Anderson decided to stay behind, giving up his ship, the Normandy. He told me I would need it more than he would. He also pointed me in a direction. Liara, a Prothean expert, adept in biotics, and maybe most importantly, daughter of Benezia, Saren's top lieutenant. And like most Asari, as beautiful as she is intelligent, and born with a unique ability to meld with other species. Liara was able to help me decipher some of the vision the beacon had given me. Nothing concrete, but it gave me some clues. And a new appreciation for the Asari. Her technique for accessing my vision was unexpected, but not at all unpleasant. Ashley was a little concerned about the connection I shared with Liara. As commander, I knew either relationship had the potential to interfere with the mission. I told Liara about how I felt. Apparently she'd felt it too. But we agreed we wouldn't let it get in the way of our mission. Finding Saren. Thanks to Liara's help, we had our next lead. Benezia.
Красивый комикс, кстати, я его никогда не видел.
Where he'd enslaved a dangerous race of insect-like creatures, the Rachni. He ordered Benezia to use the same technique Liara had used on me to extract information from the Rachni Queen. The Queen's drones were everywhere, and they weren't happy. We had to fight through hundreds of them to get to Benezia. By the time we arrived, Saren was gone. With the information, I tried to reason with Benezia, but Saren had indoctrinated her. He had somehow acquired the ability to control people's actions and wills. Benezia wouldn't surrender, and Liara was forced to watch her mother die in her arms. And I was left with an angry, dangerous Rachni Queen to deal with. She claimed her drones would do no harm if I released her. But the Rachni had terrorized the galaxy before. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't doom an entire species for past sins. And the Queen was true to her word. She left and took her army of drones with her.
Я ее отпустил.
With Saren's top lieutenant dead, he was quickly running out of time and places to hide. I tracked him down at his base on Vermeer, but we soon learned it was more than a base of operations. It was a breeding ground. Saren was breeding an army of Krogan. He'd found a cure for the genophage, a disease inflicted on the Krogan to prevent them from breeding and taking over the galaxy. But the Krogan Saren was breeding were slaves, mindless beasts that obeyed Saren's will. I had to destroy the base, and all its research. Rex disagreed. Violently. Rex wanted the genophage cure for his people. I tried to convince him to help me destroy it, that these Krogan weren't real. But he wouldn't back down. Fortunately, Rex is smarter than he looks. He realized this
А вот тут
wasn't
типа
going to help
вступает
his people,
решение.
and that
Следующий
Saren was
фрейм.
the real threat.
Я понял, как они сделали комикс с
When we
решением.
finally got to the center of the base, I realized just how close Saren was to completing his plan. He was already in communication with the Reapers. Sovereign, Saren's flagship we'd all assumed was just a ship, was a Reaper. It spoke to me, threatened me. I could feel the menace it had for every living thing. It wanted me dead. It wanted us all dead. And I knew it was capable of doing just that. What I couldn't understand was why Saren would help it. But there was no time to think about it. Sovereign knew where we were. We had to destroy the base and get the hell out. I split up my team in 2 squads, sending Ash with one and Caden with the other as a distraction. We had a nuke, and we planned to use it. Before we could detonate the bomb, Saren showed up. We fought. I stalled him to make time for my team. And in talking to him, I realized the truth. It wasn't Saren who was indoctrinating everyone. It was Sovereign. The Reaper. And Saren was in deeper than all of them. He tried to convince me he was still in control. Said he found a way to reduce the Reaper's influence, but he was kidding himself. Or believing the lies Sovereign was telling him. Before I could convince him to stop, he ran, leaving me just seconds to extract my squad mates. I tried, but I wasn't fast enough. I could only save one of them.
У меня наоборот, у меня Эшли была возле нюки.
And a great soldier. But I had to choose, and I chose Ash. That was the last time Saren would slip away from me. I knew then, the next time we met, one of us would die. With my team mostly intact, we chased Saren and his army to Ilos, a long-lost planet that had once belonged to the Protheans. As we prepared for what we knew would be a desperate fight, I spoke to my crew. We were just one ship, against Saren's growing
Здорово,
army.
Докадак. Это начало второго Mass Effect, комикс, который рассказывает про первый Mass
Liara
Effect.
saw through my words. She knew I was hurting after Caden's death. She could sense my doubts. We both knew this mission could be our last. Until that moment, we'd put our feelings aside for the sake of that mission. But why wait? We gave in to each other, and it was perfect. While it lasted.
Да, я
We
заромансил
arrived on
Лиару.
Hylos, close behind Saren. Once on the planet, we discovered a Prothean databank that helped me put the final pieces of my vision together. The Reapers had come 50,000 years ago, and every 50,000 years before that, each time purging the galaxy of life. The Protheans had fought and died, like every species before them. But a few survived long enough to leave a parting gift. The Protheans had discovered that the Citadel was the key to controlling the mass relays. By sabotaging the Citadel, they found a way to close the relays to dark space, slowing the Reapers' return, giving us the time we needed to find a solution to stop the Reapers once and for all. Saren knew this. He was leading his army to take control of the Citadel and re-establish the relays to dark space,
Я
bringing the
говорю,
weight of
третью часть
Reapers
я
here to destroy
пробегал,
us
я
all.
мало чего знаю о ней.
We followed him to the Citadel. It was intact, but heavily damaged. He had caught the Council fleets by surprise, and they were only now regrouping. And with Sovereign as his flagship, there was little hope the fleets could counterattack with enough strength to take back the Citadel. But Saren was done running, and I was done chasing him. As the Alliance and Citadel fleets battled Saren's army outside, I cornered the Turian bastard in the Citadel tower and confronted him. He died believing that the Reapers would save him. As I fought to regain control of the Citadel, the Council's flagship, the Destiny Ascension, fell under attack. Despite Saren's death, Sovereign and Saren's army continued to fight. The Council was aboard the Destiny Ascension, and they were requesting assistance. But I knew in order to help them, I would have to put our Human Alliance fleet in jeopardy. The Council had to be saved. They represented the hearts and minds of the galactic community. Without them, the fleets would be in disarray. Even with the Citadel back in my control, Saren defeated, and the Normandy leading the combined galactic fleet, the battle against Sovereign, a single Reaper, was relentless.
Да, что
It took
мы
the
послали
combined
все
fleets
силы
of
против
humanity and
одного
the other
Рипера,
races.
а их
But in the
дохуя.
end, Sovereign fell, but the costs were immense. While humanity's efforts in the war earned us our first seat on the Council, it was a hollow victory. The Reapers were still out there. I knew the fight was far from over, but as the one who'd led the fight against Saren, I was given new responsibilities. The choice of humanity's first counselor was left for me to decide. On the one hand, Udina, the lifetime politician. Ruthless and ambitious, he would easily navigate the political landmines that would soon be put in front of him. The other choice, Captain Anderson, the career soldier. Tough but fair, but a friend, and someone I could trust. Both
Согласен.
great leaders in their own right.
А, ну я же-то выбирал. Кек.
Anderson didn't want the job, which was a sure sign he'd be perfect for it. No ambition to get in the way.
Кек. Оно не
The war was
затягивает
over.
это решение.
The threat had passed. In time, the Council would rebuild itself. The Citadel could be repaired. Even the pain of lost friends would fade. But none of that mattered if the Reapers were still out there. And if they were all as powerful as Sovereign, we had to find a way to stop them. I had to find a way. I gathered my crew, took my ship, and went in search of answers. Officially, the Council would only say I was assigned to cleanup duty, rooting out any remnants of Saren's army. Just another routine mission.
Батай дает. И начинается интро нашего масс-эффекта.
Commander Shepard has been recovered. The Lazarus Project will proceed as planned.
Вот прикиньте, если бы так можно было сделать. Нравится тебе какой-то человек? Взял, воскресил нахер. Не, затраты нихуёвые, но... Опять-таки. Конечно же, солдат. Я пойду по своему стандарту.
He's reacting to outside stimuli, showing an awareness of his surroundings. My God, Miranda, I think he's waking up.
Damn it, Wilson, he's not ready yet. Give him the sedative.
Shepard, don't try to move. Just lie still.
Если ты экспортировал сохранки с первого МЕ. Вроде бы. Потому что такое было у меня и раньше.
Another dose. Now.
Heart rate dropping.
Должно быть из-за этого.
That was too close. We almost lost him.
I told you your estimates were off. Run the numbers again.
Вот там, насколько я знаю, человека еще заморозили много, но ни одного ни разу не воскресили.
Wake up, Commander. Shepard, do you hear me? Get out of that bed now. This facility is under attack. Shepard, your scars aren't healed, but I need you to get moving. This facility is under attack.
Но я же умер.
There's a pistol in the locker on the other side of the room. Hurry! Grab the pistol and armor from the locker.
Так, секундочку, я кое-что проверю. Надеюсь, игра не вылетит. Да, у меня все установлено. Тысячу экспириенса дают, ренегада дают, чуть парагона вернули, элемент зеро, платина, палладиум, иридиум, кредиты. Заткнись. Но видите, очень мало дали. Эх, так.
This pistol doesn't have a thermal clip.
It's a medbay. Keep your head down, Shepard. Shield yourself from the blast. Someone's hacking security trying to kill you. Look for a thermal clip for your pistol.
Да, это мой солдат.
Looks like they set up a barricade to try hold. Look out! Keep moving. We need to get to the shuttles.
Не, ну, конечно, что это ничего.
Shepard, security mechs are closing in on your position. Don't take any chances. Stay in cover while you take out those mechs. Nice work, Shepard.
Блин, привычка на shift бежать. Это меня еще будет преследовать некоторое время. Но при импорте тебе дают много плюшек. Плюс, если Deluxe Edition.
Don't waste time. I can't keep the mechs distracted. More reinforcements heading your way. Grab the grenade. Here come the mechs. Use the grenade.
We've been spotted.
Take the elevator down one floor.
Взломы я обожаю во втором Mass Effect. Они намного круче, чем предыдущее говно. Игра не громко? Не угадал. Забыл. Да-да-да, я знаю как. Кредиты. Ей, бабки. Нет, это первый взлом, ты на нем типа обучаешься.
Look, pal, I don't know where I am or how I got here. Plus, my head feels like an overripe melon ready to split open. How about you fill me in a little?
Damn. Yeah, I forgot this is all new to you. Sorry about that. I'm Jacob Taylor. I've been stationed here for—
Hostiles detected.
Damn it! Things must be worse than I thought if Miranda's got you running around.
Скорее всего, лазерный. Или ядерный взрыв. Я не знаю.
Ever since I woke up, someone's been telling me where to go and what to do. I need answers.
Лазерный крутой.
Fair enough. I'll give you the quick version.
Нюка, если правильно использовать, я знаю, как ее скипать некоторых боссов. Ну, блять, это ж казуальное прохождение. Я не хочу скипать, даже автоматически. Я хочу full experience.
This doesn't look like an Alliance facility.
It isn't. I can't say much more than that for now. The Alliance officially declared you killed in action. The whole galaxy thinks you're dead. And if we don't get to those shuttles, they'll be right.
Were there any other survivors from the Normandy?
I'll tell you what. You help me finish off these mechs, and I'll play 20 questions with you all day. We're low on thermal clips, but I'm a biotic. Just give the order when you want me to hit them with the good stuff.
Зачем мне твои биотические хуйни? Ладно, заюзай один раз.
Okay. I promised I'd answer your questions. What do you want to know?
You said they spent 2 years rebuilding me? How bad were my injuries?
I'm no doctor, but it was bad. When I first saw you, you were nothing but meat and tubes. Anywhere else, they'd have put you in a coffin. But Project Lazarus was different. Cutting-edge technology.
What do you mean? Cloning? Cybernetics?
I don't know the details. You'd have to ask the scientists. But I'm pretty sure you're not a clone. They wanted to bring you back exactly as you were. You're still you. You just might have a few extra bits and pieces now.
What can you tell me about the project? Were there other test subjects?
Я помню, как я когда-то выполнил 100% ренегада, и у меня все лицо было типа тупо терминатор. Ух, как мне это нравится. Как я люблю за это вторую часть.
All the top scientists. The best technology money could buy.
Do you know anything about this attack? Who's behind it? What they're after?
Damn if I know. I was getting ready for some shut-eye, then bam! Bunch of explosions. Next thing I know,
Ты никогда не получал 100% ренегата во второй части?
At us. I'm guessing it had to be an inside job. You'd need top security
У тебя
access.
красные глаза.
When I first woke up,
У тебя все лицо в этих потеках красных.
We lost contact just before I ran into you.
Miranda Lawson is the station's ranking officer. She led the Lazarus team. It was her job
с
to
вами
bring you
ясно.
back to life, no matter what. Should have guessed she'd try to save you. She's not about to give up on you now.
Да когда, у меня есть где-то скрин в Твиттере, где у меня 100% Дарксайда в втором Которе. Привет, Дакур.
What's the quickest way to those shuttles?
Depends where the mechs are thickest.
Конечно, злой.
Probably best if you...
Check. Anyone on this frequency? Anybody still alive out there? Hello?
Wilson.
Темная сторона лучше.
I'm here with Commander Shepard. Just took out a wave of mechs over in D-Wing.
Shepard's alive? How the hell? Never mind. You need to get him out of there. Get to the service tunnels and head for the network control room.
Roger that, Wilson. Stay on this frequency.
Let's get out of here.
You bet. We can get into the service tunnels through this door.
Что ты за вирусы кидаешь? Да, этот. Ух. Нейтралитет для ведьмаков.
Damn it, Wilson. This room is crawling with mechs.
The whole station is crawling with mechs. I'm doing the best I can.
Careful.
Wilson, find us another...
Oh, God. They found me. Help!
Wilson, where are you?
Server room B! Hurry! They're out of control!
Up those stairs.
Блин, я уже... Я хочу использовать обилки Вангарда и спидранить эту игру. У меня проблемы, ребята. У меня остались немного флешбеки.
Shepard, down here, bastards got me in the leg. You were there the first time I regained consciousness.
Yeah, that was me. How about we talk about this after we fix my leg?
Should be some meta-gel in the first aid station on the wall. Hopefully there's enough to get him up and moving again.
Grab the meta-gel from the first aid station on the wall. Thanks, Shepard. Never thought you'd save my life. Guess that makes us even now. I thought maybe I could shut down the security mechs, but whoever did this fried the whole system. Completely irreversible.
We didn't ask what you were doing. Why do you even have security mech clearance? You were in the bio wing.
Weren't you listening? I came here to try and fix this. Besides, I was shot. How do you explain that?
I don't care who set up who. Those mechs are shooting at all of us. We'll sort it out later.
We need to find Miranda first. We can't just leave her behind.
Forget about Miranda. She was over in D-Wing. The mechs were all over that sector. There's no way she survived.
A bunch of mechs won't drop Miranda. She's alive.
Then where is she? Why haven't we heard from her? There are only two possible explanations. She's either dead, or she's a traitor.
Haven't known her long enough to trust her.
This project was Miranda's baby. She'd never sabotage it.
Okay, maybe she's not.
Миранду надо убить.
That doesn't change the facts.
Хотя за ачивку No Land Behind мне могут
We need to save
обсыпать
ourselves.
очки.
The shuttle bay is only a few.
Ладно, мы не будем убивать Миранду прям сразу же.